If you want to glow up in the next month, this is how you're gonna do it. Okay,
You're trying to look your hottest by spring break.
You want to glow up.
I'm the final boss. I have a PhD in glowing up, so here are 25 ways to glow up.
There is a lot of online chatter about the mythical glow up, fixing your wardrobe, losing weight, getting lash extensions, etc., etc. As someone who went through their own personal transformation that was beyond skin deep, I'm here to tell you how I became happier and healthier without all the fluff. There is no shame in wanting to better yourself, but it starts with self-love, not hatred. As Holly Madison once said, it takes effort to be attractive.
This is going to be hard for me to articulate. I don't think it's that I ever realized I was beautiful. I think it's that I realized that I was ambitious enough to recognize what was beautiful and change myself into that person. Because it takes effort to be beautiful, whether it's getting your hair done or getting surgery or whatever. And I knew that if I wanted to be beautiful, I could.
Everything that I'm going to share in this video is from my personal experience, from a place of compassion, but also honesty. How can you enhance your natural beauty? How can you become the best version of yourself? This video, we're talking physical appearance, hygiene, movement, diet, and mental health. When you're on your glow up self-improvement journey, there's going to be a lot of chatter that you'll need to ignore. People might get frustrated or passive aggressive when they hear you want to make changes in your life. Just know that comes from a place of their internalized prejudice and perhaps their own insecurities. I'm going to be straightforward with you guys, so let's cut to the chase. Really quick before we get into this video, please subscribe. It means the world to me, and I post a new video every single week. So y'all are fed. First up, physical appearance. There is a lot of upkeep and expenses to maintain this look. I put a lot of time, energy, and money into maintaining my appearance. I am lucky enough to have a lifestyle where I can prioritize that. On top of being a content creator, I do freelance work from home, so the world is really my oyster with what I can do. I get free beauty products from brands, but most of all, I don't have to manage the stress of working in a typical work environment. Now, that wasn't always the case for me. When I graduated college, I had a typical 9-to-5 at an ad agency, and when I moved to New York, got let go, I worked at a PR agency. I've only been doing this whole shindig for about a year, but for me, absolutely nothing compares to have the freedom to not work a 9-to-5. Let's talk hair. As you can see, I am a blonde. Every 3 months, I go to my hairstylist, JC, who is also my cousin and is extremely talented. I get heavy highlights, I have it toned, a bit cooler, and a cut. Getting your hair bleached and colored that often is expensive, even though my cousin cuts me a great deal. Even so, it's hundreds of dollars. On top of getting my hair professionally done, I style my hair every single time I full body shower. Again, this takes a lot of effort and time, which most people aren't afforded. I much prefer the look of my hair when it's styled, and I find it's easier to manage when it's blown out. But at the very least, 2 to 3 times a week, I am fully doing my hair, which takes hours. Now on to the mouth region. Let's talk about dental hygiene. This is something you cannot sleep on. There is nothing grosser than a person with bad breath. You want to maintain healthy dental hygiene. That means brushing twice a day, flossing, mouthwash, and visiting the dentist for cleanings. Though I keep up with my dental hygiene, I do be drinking a lot of coffee. So to keep my teeth nice and bright and white, I use Crest white strips. I don't use them too frequently because they make my teeth sensitive, but it's a super easy and expensive way to keep your teeth bright and white at home. We can't mention physical appearance without talking about makeup. This is something I definitely have perfected my craft in. I was in fact victimized by the 2016 Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow, but we made it out. The trick with makeup is to keep practicing and trying new things that might work for you. If I could give any advice to you, less is more. Always start with less, you can always add more later. I have posted a full makeup tutorial over on Instagram, so go check that out if you're interested. But nearly every time I am presenting myself to the internet, I am wearing a full face of makeup, so you're not really seeing any imperfections, but trust and believe I have them. Another thing I do to upkeep my physical appearance is get my nails done. I have been getting my nails done for about 10 months now. I get Gel X from the best nail artist in New York City, Impressed with Des. She is so detailed and does such an amazing job. These are my natural nails. This is genuinely how long I've grown them. This is a way that I lay like to pamper myself. Once my nails are done, they last 4 to 5 weeks, so I don't even have to think about them. And it just feels really nice to have your nails done. And I also love seeing Destiny. It's like our once a month catch up where we share all the tea. The last thing I want to talk about in the physical appearance category is plastic surgery. This is a tool a lot of people use to change their appearance in major ways and minor ways. I'm really trying to embrace my natural beauty and not pick myself apart. At this point in my life, if I can help it, I don't want to do any procedures. I want to age. I want to embrace what my face looks like. With the prominence of social media in our society, there's a lot of Instagram face going around where everyone looks the exact same. It just takes away the originality and natural beauty of people's unique features. And I'm not judgmental. I'm totally here for whatever you want to do. But for me personally, I want to keep it as natural as possible. All that being said, I have had lip filler before. I haven't had it done in 2 years, but my lips are still plump from it, so that's fine. It is something I sat on for a long time, and I did a lot of research about. It's a pretty expensive procedure too. I want to say it was like $600 for half a milliliter of injectable fluid or whatever. But before lip filler, I had no upper lip. Like genuinely zero. I would smile and it would just be skin. And this is how they look. And I'm really happy with them. I am happy I made that decision. They've definitely gone down since when I initially got them, but I sort of like it like that. It looks much more natural to my face. My best advice to you is to honestly refrain as much as possible as you can. If you think your nose is weird, I love your nose, babe. I love your nose. Keep your big nose. Skincare, read all about it. Your girl has always been acne prone. A part of it is genetic, but another part of it is how you treat your skin. Through consistency and a good routine, you can maintain it. Of course, breakouts are bound to happen. We're human after all, but I have come a long way with my skin. It used to be all over my face. Like in high school, I would have pimples everywhere, which I think was more so fungal. I just don't think I was very good at washing my face, if I'm honest. But now every day, morning and night, I wash my face, use specific serums and creams and moisturizers, and it has been much more under control. I do still get a lot of hormonal acne around my mouth region, which is most certainly genetic for me, but I've been able to manage it. I also treat myself to a facial every few months. I get a lot of congestion, so to have a professional take a look at my skin and discuss with me, help me manage it, and give me a nice little clean rundown, it's great. I go to Glow Bar, which has tons of locations in New York City if you live here, but they're also in some other cities too. Let's talk about movement. Exercise and moving my body has never been my strong suit. As a kid, I was much more the art kid than the sports player. So in my adult life, it's been a priority for me to find something that works with my body, and I've learned I much prefer gentle, low-impact exercises. Of course, results take much longer at this pace, but personally, it's what I feel like I can maintain. For a long time, I sort of resented the idea of needing movement. I'm going to use this analogy, but bear with me. Think of if you have a dog, and you leave that dog home all day, don't take it out once. By the end of the day, the dog is gonna have gone insane. It's gonna have torn up the house. It's gonna be a mess because mentally that dog needs some stimulation. We are just like dogs. We need to move our bodies. Not only does it improve our physical health, but also mental. Movement is medicine, even if it's not a super strenuous exercise. The hardest part is showing up. Once you arrive to the studio or the gym or wherever, it's easy. It's really the mental barriers that will hold you back. For me, yoga has been a life-changing exercise. It's gentle, it's peaceful, it's relaxing. There are so many different varieties. Not only do I feel physically challenged, but also mentally. And aside from the physical practice, I've really grown to love the community. I've made friends in my classes. I'm friends with the instructors. They provide me with love and encouragement and help me to challenge that internal negative voice. To find what works for you, it's going to take some exploration. It's uncomfortable to be be new at things, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with that experience. And there's no way you can go around it, you just have to go through it. On to diet. What you decide to put in your body is evident on the outside. If you're eating a lot of greasy, processed foods, it is evident. You break out, you have skin reactions, your hair looks dull. The types of foods you put in your body shines on the outside. I'm a vegetarian, so it's super easy for me to fall into processed, frozen, prepared meals. So I've really been prioritizing eating whole foods and cooking my own meals as much as I possibly can. When talking about diet and my glow up transformation, I do need to mention the weight loss transformation that I've had. I've made many a video about this already, so you can go binge all those after this, but I deeply struggle with overeating and binge eating, so this is something that I've really had to break within myself and challenge myself to maintain a healthy body composition. I think for a lot of young adults, they don't always know how to cook lots of meals, and I was certainly in that boat. Something that is so helpful that my friend got me is a physical cookbook. My bestie Kaylee got me this for Christmas, and being able to scroll through hundreds of recipes physically is such a nice alternative to like scrolling in a Google search. Don't be afraid to try new recipes, and personally, I think cooking is really fun, especially when it comes out good. And finally, let's talk about mental health. Arguably the most important category if you ask me. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Are you holding? To glow up on the outside, you need to work on the inside. At the beginning of my transformation, I don't think I quite realized how much my mental health was playing into it. I was feeling really frustrated, angry, misunderstood, not supported, and all of those emotions came out externally. And not only was I feeling those emotions, but they were also visible externally. So what do I do to better my mental health? First and foremost, you guessed it, therapy. I think a lot of people misunderstand the use of therapy. I also think a lot of people who are anti-therapy are people who need therapy the most, but I'll keep that to myself. One thing about therapy, you have to put the work in. It's on you. It's completely on you. It'll only be as beneficial as you make it. It's not just a 50-minute session to talk about your feelings. It's being honest about your behavior and comprehending your blind spots. A lot of work in my therapy sessions is focused on self-esteem, realizing that I am in fact worthy of love and happiness, and it's okay to want a peaceful existence and pursue what I want. My wants and needs are as valid as anyone else's, and so are yours. I will always be a work in progress, but I've made significant strides from me a few years back. After about a year of therapy where I was exercising, I was eating right, I was socializing, I was still feeling like shit. And with my chronic PTSD diagnosis, that comes with a lot of depression. So my therapist asked me if I'd ever considered going on an antidepressant. And when she first proposed this, I felt very offended, which is surprising because I would never ever judge anyone else for needing medication, but it felt like a critique in a way, like I wasn't doing good enough and I needed support. Oh my god, there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm so glad that she suggested I try this avenue. So I got a psychiatrist and I was prescribed Prozac. I've been on 20 milligrams for about a year and a half now, and it has changed my life completely. I really didn't realize how much my mental health was holding me back and how the actual chemical imbalance within my brain was so severe, but the quality of my life has drastically improved. I can make clear-minded decisions now, and I'm not ruled by my emotions, and it's just led to a much more peaceful existence where I feel so much more capable of handling life, and I'm so grateful for it. Like I said, for a long time, I was judgmental towards myself for needing this extra hand, but there is nothing wrong with that, especially if it has improved my life so much. Also, with mental health tying back into movement, yoga has been a huge stress relief for me. Again, moving the body does wonders, but also just the mindfulness of yoga has really helped me slow down and be present. And last thing I want to talk about on the mental health category is chosen family. Once you get older and you are able to move out of your home environment, you can really choose who you surround yourself with. As someone who comes from an extremely tumultuous family situation, having the ability to choose the people I surround myself with with is a huge blessing, and one that I never knew would be so satisfying. For how much doom and gloom it felt like living in an unhealthy household growing up, I'm here to tell you that there are a lot of amazing, loving, kind people out in the world waiting for you with open arms. I choose love, I choose happiness, and I reject judgment and hate, and I will separate myself from people like that. In conclusion, wherever you are in your self-love journey, give yourself compassion and grace. We are human. Nobody is perfect despite outward appearances. Nobody has their life together. Everyone's just faking it. It's really easy to consume social media and imagine people are living better lives than you, and that's simply not true. Find ease and light and happiness within your own life and do what you want to do. As a woman, there is so much pressure and expectations placed on our outward appearance, and I completely reject that. There should be no requirement to better your appearance, but do what makes you feel good. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you are new here, please subscribe. I would absolutely love to have you, and I post a new video every week. Okay, that is all from me. I will see you guys next video. Bye!